Well, Greg Hunter, the one thing about Awesome Austin Creed and Hayden Young is they have scored victories over former tag team champions. That's one of the reasons why they got into this match. Hardcore Hell, they defeated the Hollywood Brunettes. But this team right here, Justice Served, they are not the Hollywood Brunettes. This team outweighs them by almost 300 pounds easily. This team is brutal, probably the most brutal team that they've faced to date, with the exception of their win over the Devil's Reject. For Hayden Young and Austin Creed to defeat Justice Served, they're going to have to keep them off their feet. They're going to keep them off balance with the speed and agility that they've displayed in matches past. My money is on Justice Served in this one. They're just too powerful for Creed and Young, but I think it's going to be competitive.
Rank of the eyes. Tag in to the ticking time bomb, Jason Justice, who quite quickly ends up face first on the canvas through a drop toe hold, now locked in a front chancellery. Standing wrist lock applied. Tag in to the attraction, the former television champion of the world, Hayden Young, who drops all his weight straight south onto the arm of Jason Justice. They send him in. Double Japanese arm drag. In comes the Extreme Dream. An orthodox arm drag takes him down, and a standing drop kick that put Young in the lights connects with the head of Mikki Free. And there is the first mistake of this match. A mistake made by Austin Creed. And right now, the power of Justice Served on display.
Well, Greg Hunter, sometimes your first mistake could be your last mistake, or at least lead to the end. And right now, it's Hayden Young. Thought he had this team all balanced, thought he had him distracted, thought he had him outsmarted, was just caught in midair and driven almost to the mat. And while that was only a 2 count, had Mikki Free and Jason Justice not wasted time, this match may have been already over with.
Hayden Young, a former television champion of the world, finds himself at the mercy of the ticking time bomb. Not exactly the safest place in the state of Georgia or anywhere else for that matter. Working over the back of Hayden Young. Cross faces keep him off balance. They pull Young up. The crowd here trying to get behind the man, trying to rally the attraction. A challenger tonight for the Anarchy Tag Team titles. He's firing back, but a knee to the face ends that rally.
Greg Hunter, how ironic is it that back after a hostile environment of last year when Jerry Palmer was brutalized in the cage, it was Jerry Palmer that brought this tag team in here. At Hardcore Hell, the very team that he brought in as protection, as backup, was the same team that in turn brutalized him by hanging him over the top rope. And what makes them even more dangerous now is just not the power. It's just not this brute strength. But they also have a man out at ringside in Getz, who is the brains behind this operation. He knows how to manage talent. He knows how to channel his man's anger and frustration in the right direction and push the right buttons. And that's what's made Justice Served this brutal and successful over the last few months. And I wouldn't be too sure. Maybe it was Getz pull the strings the whole time.
If you look at Justice Served, since Getz has entered their corner, you see focused brutality. Getz now, not above a cheap shot, laying in the boots to Hayden Young. Jason Justice, knife-edge chops, sends Young back in. As Austin Creed, trying to help his partner, ends up arguing with referee Harold James, choked by Mikki Free.
And that choke was held on for, a good 20, 25 seconds. As Hayden Young, had to feel all the breath leaving his body. He has to be just suffering right now, just trying to figure out where he's at. And maybe just wants this match to be over with, because now Mikki Free is squeezing at those ribs, and that's going to cut that oxygen off even more and make it harder to breathe.
Bear hug applied by the Extreme Dream, Mikki Free, trying to force the air out of the lungs of one Hayden Young. Young trying to fight to his feet. Every breath is labored at this point. Elbows firing back to the jaw of Mikki Free. Knee to the midsection. Turns Young inside out. Looking for a tag. He doesn't have the wind to get there. And now, running him right into the foot of Jason Justice. Justice tags in, and now the brutalization of Hayden Young continues.
Well, as the brutalization of Hayden Young continues, let me remind the fans that it was 2 weeks ago as Hayden Young over the sunset flip of...
Attempted sunset flip countered. The power bomb counter turns into a flying head scissors, but every time the agility and the speed of Young and Creed comes to the forefront, the power and the brute force that is Justice Served seems to counteract it.
Well, we got a lull in the action here. I'll go ahead and finish my thought from earlier. As the brutalization of Hayden Young continues, it was just 2 weeks ago at Hardcore Hell that Jerry Palmer, as I said, was brutalized. Now, one of the closest guarded secrets in this building is the exact condition of Jerry Palmer. Have had very little contact. I do know he suffered some superficial rope burns, some neck injuries, so there was some damage, but we haven't seen or heard from Jerry Palmer.
Incredible counter there by the ticking time bomb, Jason Justice. Cover, hook of the leg, doesn't put all of his weight across the shoulders, and somehow, through all this abuse, Hayden Young slips out the back door, pulling the attraction to his feet, sends him in to the Justice Served corner. Tag in to Mikki Free as the Anarchy Tag Team Champions are in full control of this contest thus far.
Well, Greg Hunter, the one thing that I got to compliment Al Getz on is he has his men focused. They're not looking past the team of Hayden Young and Austin Creed. But you have to know that even though the Urban Assault Squad lost at Hardcore Hell, they're not going to take that lightly because they lost in their own match, that double hangman's match. And you guys say that they're looking for another title shot. And also some of the other great tag teams here, of course, Truett Phils and Phil Shatter are going to be looking for a shot somewhere down the line. And I had to hand it to Al Getz. He has his man focused for this match. I mean, this is a main event situation here on NWA Anarchy television. And Awesome Creed is not doing his partner any favors, Greg Hunter. This right here, this is the bad thing about being young. Sometimes you don't think ahead. Veterans like Mikki Free and Jason Justice are doing the right thing.
They certainly are. And right now, Justice Served facing yet another test as they end up right now taking the measure of Young and Creed. The tag team division here at NWA Anarchy is about as thick as you'll find anywhere in the world. Not only do you have the former champions, the current champions, Justice Served, you have Creed and Young. There's also Brody Ray Chase and Brandon Phoenix. There's Team Action. There's Anger Inc. There's
the Hollywood Brunettes.
There's the Hollywood Brunettes. There are any number of teams that on any given night could pull one out. But right now, this does not seem to be the night for the Awesome Attraction as the attempt to scurry to his corner. Whoa, 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 whoa. Al Getz, don't turn around. And Mikki Free, wait a minute, running.
Hey, get rid of soft spots in the ring. Get rid of soft spots in the